There are only so many seats at major colleges across the country, and there is a concern that some of these slots are going to illegal immigrants and perhaps keeping American citizens from pursuing their dreams. But are American kids taking their education for granted? And what does this say about where your tax dollars might be going? Our guest is a campus correspondent for campusreform.org, studying political science and journalism at George Washington University in D.C. Welcome Gabriella Morrongiello to MidPoint. Gabriella, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Gabriella, let's get down because you have looked at this, you've written articles about this, so if you could please, what kind of treatment did you find that the illegals are receiving, and how is this affecting the regular everyday students?
Well, illegal immigrants at colleges and universities across America are receiving priority treatment in a lot of instances. The Leadership Institute's campusreform.org has reported on a number of cases where we've seen in-state tuition provided to illegal immigrants. We just wrote a story about California lawmakers who have proposed a work-study program exclusively for illegal immigrants. And so they're receiving preferential treatment, and they're taking away scholarship money and state aid money that should be used for law-abiding citizens and legal immigrants.
Well, then the question comes up, how are they getting away with it?
Well, they're getting away with it because colleges and universities continue to offer these special programs and benefits to illegal students. And at the same time, we're seeing students actually champion on behalf of undocumented students. At the New York University, a couple months ago, we reported that students at NYU were rallying together to create a scholarship fund that was exclusively for illegal students. So it's not just university administrators and colleges, it's also students who are buying into this notion that we need to reward criminal activity and illegal immigrants.
Gabriella, if you could, make a connection for the people out there who are mostly taxpayers, who are then going to ask, all right, where are my tax dollars going here and how do I trace this? Because we're always told that this is something that I am helping to fund.
Sure. Well, the more special benefits and programs that we offer to illegal immigrants, the more of an influx we'll see in undocumented students applying to public colleges and universities. So, for instance, in the California UC system, American taxpayers' dollars, California taxpayers' dollars will be going to these programs, this work-study program, for instance, that will be there exclusively for illegal immigrants. So this is taxpayer money that could be using to go to help fund education for legal immigrants and American students, and instead it's going to be allocated toward programs that benefit undocumented students.
Gabriella, is it truly keeping American-born citizens out of college?
Well, it doesn't necessarily affect the admissions process, but at the same time, illegal immigrants are able to pay in-state tuition in 17 states in the United States, and that's a tuition equity benefit that is not extended to out-of-state students. For instance, I attended Oregon State University for 2 years prior to transferring to GW, and I was paying upwards of $30,000 in out-of-state tuition to attend, and at the same time, I was seeing illegal immigrants attend OSU for $10,000 getting to pay in-state tuition. So it may not necessarily affect the admissions process, but we are seeing benefits that put illegal immigrants on a pedestal in comparison to legal students such as myself.
I got about 30-40 seconds left. Is one thing that people need to take away from this, both the taxpayers and the students themselves, is what you have pointed out. You and others have said that college education is not a right.
Absolutely. College education is a privilege, and if undocumented students wish to attend college and pursue a higher education, they need to fund it for themselves. The American taxpayer should not be left to pick up the dime, and we should not be extending special benefits that give illegal immigrants priority over U.S. citizens and legal students.
I'll remind everybody to go ahead and look for the article. It is entitled California Lawmakers Propose Work-Study Program Exclusively for Illegal Immigrants. It is a story that you wrote on campusreform.org. Good to see that there are students out there and future journalism students as well who are getting involved in following the news and actually bringing us some insightful reporting. Gabriella Morrongiello, thanks so much for being here. I'll look forward to the next time we get a chance to talk.
Thank you for having me.
All right, my pleasure. When we talk about Washington, D.C., we talk about politics. When we talk about politics, we talk about those people who say things that we consider are politically incoherent. Oh, there have been so many of them. We get to pick through them. That's coming up next, right here, where we question everything on MidPoint.